The Power of Detachment. Published by MindLixir. Preface. In the tapestry of human experience, the threads of attachment weave a complex pattern, binding our hearts and minds to people, possessions, and outcomes. This binding, often invisible to our conscious awareness, shapes our joys and sorrows, hopes and fears, driving us in ways we scarcely understand. At the heart of our journey lies a paradox. The very things we cling to for security and happiness can become the sources of our greatest pain and suffering. This narrative, this exploration, ventures deep into the essence of detachment, not as a cold or indifferent state, but as a powerful, liberating force in the pursuit of genuine freedom, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by the fear of losing someone you love? Or perhaps you've experienced the deep ache of disappointment when life's events didn't unfold according to your meticulously laid plans. Maybe you've felt the heavy burden of possessions that were supposed to bring joy, yet somehow became shackles, limiting your freedom and peace. These experiences, so common to us all, highlight a fundamental truth about the human condition. Our tendency to seek happiness and security outside ourselves leads us into a cycle of attachment and suffering. Consider for a moment the last time you felt upset or distressed. Was it because something didn't go as you hoped or expected? Were you holding on too tightly to a specific outcome, person, or material object? This is the realm of attachment, a space where our happiness is contingent upon external factors aligning with our desires and expectations. But what if there's another way? What if we could find a source of happiness and peace that is independent of the external world, a state of being that flourishes regardless of circumstances? This is the promise of detachment. Contrary to popular belief, detachment does not mean disengaging from life or suppressing our feelings and desires. It is about freeing ourselves from the tyranny of attachment, learning to experience life more fully, with a sense of peace and equanimity, regardless of the external chaos. It's about finding the unshakable center within ourselves that remains constant, even as the storm rages around us. In this journey, we will explore the nature of attachment, how it forms, why it's so powerful, and the impact it has on our lives. We'll delve into the principles of detachment, shedding light on common misconceptions and revealing the true essence of this liberating practice. Through practical steps, we will guide you on how to cultivate detachment in your own life, from mindfulness and awareness to letting go of control and embracing the flow of life. Our exploration will take us into the realm of relationships, where we'll navigate the delicate balance between connection and detachment, and learn how to love more freely without clinging to specific outcomes. We'll examine the allure of materialism, challenging the illusion of possession and the freedom that comes from living with less. As we journey forward, we'll confront the obstacles to detachment, emotional resistance, fear, and the challenge of persistence. Yet, it's in the spiritual journey of detachment that we find the ultimate liberation, a peace and freedom that transcends the material world, leading us to a state of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. This narrative is an invitation to embark on a transformative journey, one that promises to lead you to a place of greater peace, freedom, and fulfillment. It's a call to release the chains of attachment that bind you, to discover the power of detachment, and to experience the profound liberation that comes from letting go. Chapter 1: Understanding Attachment. The nature of attachment. In the exploration of human consciousness and its intricate workings, the concept of attachment emerges as a fundamental aspect, deeply rooted in the psyche, influencing emotions, behaviors, and the overall experience of life. Attachment, in its essence, represents the emotional bond that connects us to the various elements of our external world, people, ideas, objects, and even outcomes. This bond, while often a source of joy and fulfillment, can also become a wellspring of suffering, especially when the objects of our attachment are threatened, lost, or unattained. The nature of attachment is multifaceted, intertwining with our deepest fears, desires, and the inherent human quest for happiness and security. From the earliest moments of life, attachment begins its influence, shaping the way we interact with the world around us. It is not merely a psychological phenomenon, but a primal need for connection and safety, deeply embedded in our evolutionary history. This need for attachment, originally rooted in the survival-driven connection between a child and their caregivers, extends its tendrils throughout our lives, manifesting in the relationships we form, the possessions we accumulate, and the goals we pursue. At its core, attachment reflects the human longing for certainty in an uncertain world, a craving for stability amidst the inherent impermanence of life. As we navigate through life, our attachments often dictate the course of our emotional landscape. Joy, sorrow, love, and fear are but a few of the myriad emotions that are intensified by our attachments. Consider the profound joy of love found, the deep sorrow of love lost, or the piercing fear of anticipated loss. Each of these emotional experiences is amplified by the depth of our attachment to the person or object at their center. The stronger the attachment, the more intense the emotion, revealing a direct correlation between the degree of our attachments and the magnitude of our emotional responses. Yet, the nature of attachment extends beyond individual emotions, influencing our behaviors and decision-making processes. Driven by the desire to maintain and protect our attachments, we often find ourselves making choices that prioritize these bonds above our own well-being or spiritual growth. The fear of losing an attachment can lead us to cling tighter, sometimes to the detriment of our freedom and peace. It is here, in the struggle between attachment and the desire for freedom, that the potential for suffering lies. The paradox of attachment is that while it can be a source of immense joy and fulfillment, it also holds the power to cause profound suffering when the objects of our attachment are threatened or lost. The psychological underpinnings of attachment are deeply rooted in the human experience of desire and fear. Desire, the longing for something we perceive as necessary for our happiness, becomes the fuel for attachment. Fear, particularly the fear of loss or the fear of not attaining what we desire, fortifies the bond of attachment, creating a cycle that can be difficult to break. This cycle of desire and fear, underpinned by attachment, drives much of human behavior, leading us on a ceaseless quest for satisfaction in the external world. However, it is important to recognize that attachment is not inherently negative. It is a natural part of the human experience, providing the foundation for meaningful relationships and pursuits. The challenge lies not in the existence of attachment itself, but in our relationship to it. When attachment becomes excessive or unbalanced, when it ties our happiness entirely to external conditions, it becomes a source of suffering. The key to navigating the complex landscape of attachment lies in understanding its nature, recognizing its influence on our lives, and learning to relate to it in a way that promotes balance, freedom, and well-being. This understanding serves as the foundation for exploring the transformative power of detachment, a journey that promises not the eradication of attachment, but the cultivation of a healthier, more liberated relationship with it. By examining the roots of our attachments and their impact on our lives, we embark on a path of self-discovery and growth, leading us toward a state of greater peace, freedom, and fulfillment. Attachment's impact on well-being. Delving into the profound impact of attachment on well-being, we embark on an exploration that unveils the intricate ways in which our bonds, those invisible threads tethering us to people, possessions, and outcomes, shape our emotional health, relationships, and overall quality of life. This journey into the heart of attachment reveals a paradox. The same attachments that bring us moments of joy and a sense of connection can also become sources of profound distress, influencing our well-being in ways both subtle and profound. The emotional landscape of human existence is rich and varied, painted with the broad strokes of joy, love, fear, and sorrow. These emotions, in their purest forms, are essential components of the human experience, contributing to the depth and richness of life. However, when filtered through the lens of attachment, these emotions can become distorted, intensified to the point where they overshadow our capacity for peace and equanimity. Consider the profound joy of a new relationship, the exhilaration of acquiring a long-desired object, or the satisfaction of achieving a coveted goal. These moments of happiness, while genuine, often carry within them the seeds of future suffering, rooted in the fear of loss, the anxiety of change, or the disappointment of unmet expectations. The impact of attachment on well-being is perhaps most evident in the realm of interpersonal relationships. Here, the dynamics of attachment play out in the complex dance of human connection, where the fear of loss and the desire for closeness can lead to patterns of behavior that strain even the strongest bonds. Clinging, possessiveness, and jealousy are but a few of the manifestations of attachment that can erode the foundations of trust and mutual respect upon which healthy relationships are built. In the grip of attachment, we may find ourselves sacrificing our own needs, compromising our values, or engaging in behaviors that undermine our sense of self, all in the pursuit of maintaining a connection that, paradoxically, becomes less fulfilling as our attachments grow stronger. Beyond the realm of personal relationships, attachment exerts a powerful influence on our relationship with the material world. In a society that often equates success and happiness with material wealth and possessions, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that more is better, that happiness can be bought and stored, and that security lies in the accumulation of things. This attachment to material possessions, while offering a temporary sense of satisfaction, can lead to a cycle of endless desire, where each acquisition only fuels the need for more. The impact on well-being is profound, as the pursuit of material wealth often comes at the expense of the things that truly enrich our lives, meaningful relationships, personal growth, and the simple joys that come from living in harmony with our deepest values. At the heart of attachment's impact on well-being lies the fundamental truth that our emotional and psychological health is deeply intertwined with the nature of our attachments. When our sense of happiness and security is anchored to external conditions, people, possessions, achievements, we render ourselves vulnerable to the whims of circumstance, to the ebb and flow of life's inherent unpredictability. The resulting emotional turbulence can lead to stress, anxiety, and a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction, as the external anchors we rely on prove to be less stable than we had hoped. Yet, the story of attachment and its impact on well-being is not one of despair, but rather a call to awareness and transformation. By recognizing the ways in which our attachments influence our lives, we open the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the possibilities for growth and change. This awareness becomes the first step on the path to cultivating a healthier relationship with our attachments, a journey that leads not to the renunciation of attachment, but to the embrace of a more balanced, fulfilling approach to life. In the space between attachment and detachment lies the potential for profound personal transformation, a shift that promises to enhance our well-being, enrich our relationships, and deepen our experience of life's inherent beauty and complexity. Chapter 2: The Principles of Detachment. Detachment defined. Embarking on the quest to delineate the essence of detachment, we venture into a realm of profound insight and liberation. Detachment, often misconstrued as a cold withdrawal from the world or an indifference to life's joys and sorrows, reveals itself upon closer examination as a principle of immense power and depth. It is a practice rooted in wisdom, offering a path to freedom that transcends the simplistic notions of disengagement or apathy. The true essence of detachment lies in the cultivation of an inner sanctuary of peace and equanimity, a state of being where the tumultuous waves of external circumstances cannot disturb the deep waters of the soul. At its core, detachment is the art of releasing our grip on the external world, not in rejection of life's gifts, but in recognition of the transient nature of all things. This understanding does not diminish the value or beauty of these gifts, rather, it enhances our appreciation of them, allowing us to experience life more fully, with open hands and an open heart. Detachment teaches us to engage with the world from a place of balance and freedom, where our happiness and peace are not contingent on specific outcomes or possessions. It invites us to find contentment within ourselves, independent of the ever-changing landscape of our external lives. The practice of detachment is deeply transformative, reshaping our relationship with ourselves, with others, and with the world at large. It offers a pathway to emotional resilience, where the inevitable challenges and losses of life are met with grace and fortitude. In relationships, detachment fosters a love that is free and expansive, untethered by possessiveness or fear of loss. This liberated form of love allows connections to flourish in their natural state, unencumbered by the weight of expectation and control. In the realm of personal aspirations and material pursuits, detachment guides us to pursue our goals with passion and effort, while simultaneously releasing our attachment to specific outcomes. This approach liberates us from the shackles of success and failure, enabling us to find fulfillment in the journey itself. Detachment, however, is not an end state but a journey, a continuous process of learning and unlearning. It requires vigilance and practice, as the habits of attachment are deeply ingrained in the human psyche. The practice of detachment does not demand that we renounce our desires or cease to engage with the world. Instead, it calls for a shift in perspective, a reorientation of our desires and actions toward a higher purpose. It teaches us to hold lightly to the things of this world, not out of disdain, but out of a profound understanding of their temporary nature and the freedom that comes from this realization. The benefits of practicing detachment are manifold, touching every aspect of our lives. Emotionally, detachment brings a sense of peace and stability as we learn to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity. Psychologically, it fosters a sense of inner freedom as we liberate ourselves from the need for external validation and the fear of loss. Spiritually, detachment opens the door to deeper insights and a greater connection with the essence of our being, as we discover the joy and fulfillment that arise from within. In our relationships, detachment allows us to love more freely, without clinging or fear, enriching our connections with a quality of presence and authenticity. Detachment invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery, where the relinquishing of external attachments becomes the gateway to a richer, more meaningful experience of life. It is a path marked by growth, resilience, and a profound sense of freedom, offering a vision of life lived in harmony with the ebb and flow of the world, anchored in the unshakable peace of our own true nature. The benefits of practicing detachment. In the exploration of detachment, a transformative practice that reshapes our engagement with the world, we uncover a landscape rich with benefits that touch the very core of our existence. Detachment, often misunderstood as a form of emotional disengagement or indifference, reveals itself upon deeper inquiry as a profound path to freedom, peace, and authentic living. This practice, when woven into the fabric of our daily lives, bestows upon us gifts of unparalleled value, illuminating our journey with insights and experiences that transcend the ordinary constraints of attachment. One of the most significant benefits of practicing detachment lies in the realm of emotional well-being. By cultivating a detached perspective, we learn to witness our emotions without becoming ensnared by them, recognizing that while our feelings are valid experiences, they do not define us nor dictate our responses to life's unfolding events. This elevated perspective empowers us to navigate the vicissitudes of life with equanimity, facing joy and sorrow, gain and loss, with a steady heart. The practice of detachment does not diminish the intensity of our emotional experiences, rather, it provides a sanctuary of inner calm, from which we can engage with these experiences more fully, free from the fear of being overwhelmed. Detachment also offers profound benefits in the domain of relationships. By embracing the principles of detachment, we cultivate relationships grounded in freedom and respect for the individual paths of those we love. This approach fosters a love that is expansive and liberating, characterized by the joy of genuine connection free from the constraints of expectation and control. In practicing detachment, we learn to appreciate and honor the inherent worth and autonomy of others, nurturing bonds that are rooted in authenticity and mutual growth. This quality of relationship, free from the shadows of possessiveness and fear of loss, becomes a source of strength and enrichment for all involved. In the pursuit of personal goals and aspirations, the practice of detachment opens the door to a more fulfilling and balanced approach to achievement. By detaching from specific outcomes, we liberate ourselves from the binary constraints of success and failure, finding value and growth in the journey itself. This perspective encourages us to pursue our passions and endeavors with dedication and effort, while maintaining an openness to the unfolding of life's unpredictable narrative. The freedom that comes from detachment allows us to experience the richness of the present moment, engaging with our pursuits with a sense of purpose and joy, unburdened by the weight of expectation. Moreover, the practice of detachment cultivates a sense of inner freedom and self-reliance, guiding us to discover a wellspring of contentment and fulfillment within ourselves. As we learn to release our dependency on external sources of happiness and validation, we uncover a profound truth, that the essence of true peace and joy resides not in the external world, but within the depths of our own being. The benefits of practicing detachment extend beyond the individual, influencing our interactions with the broader world in meaningful and positive ways. Detachment fosters a sense of compassion and understanding, as we recognize the transient nature of all things and the common human struggle to find happiness and meaning. From this place of understanding, we are better equipped to contribute to the well-being of others, approaching the world with a heart that is open and a spirit that is willing to serve. The practice of detachment offers a pathway to a more peaceful, meaningful, and fulfilling life. It is a journey that invites us to explore the depths of our being, to embrace the freedom that comes from releasing our attachments, and to engage with the world and our relationships from a place of love, freedom, and authenticity. The benefits of detachment, far-reaching and transformative, illuminate the path to a life lived with purpose, peace, and a profound sense of inner harmony. Chapter 3: Practical Steps to Cultivate Detachment. Mindfulness and Awareness. In the heart of the journey toward cultivating detachment, mindfulness and awareness stand as pivotal practices, illuminating the path to liberation from the binds of attachment. This exploration delves into the essence of mindfulness as the art of being fully present in the moment, a practice that unveils the richness of each experience, free from the distortions of past regrets and future anxieties. Awareness, its close companion, invites a deepening of understanding, a sharpening of the senses that allows us to perceive the subtleties of our inner and outer worlds with clarity and insight. Together, mindfulness and awareness forge a powerful toolset for navigating the terrain of detachment, offering a way to live with greater freedom, peace, and fulfillment. Mindfulness, in its simplest form, is the practice of paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment, and without judgment. It is an invitation to awaken from the automaticity of habitual responses and to experience life with a fresh perspective. Through mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they are, recognizing their transient nature without becoming entangled in them. This practice of observation without attachment fosters a profound sense of peace and equanimity, as we come to understand that the essence of our being is not defined by the fleeting contents of our minds. The application of mindfulness extends beyond meditation to every aspect of daily life, transforming mundane activities into opportunities for presence, connection, and joy. Awareness, while intertwined with mindfulness, encompasses a broader scope, inviting an exploration of the self and the world with an open and curious spirit. It is the light of consciousness that reveals the patterns of attachment and aversion that shape our experiences, offering insights into the mechanisms of suffering and the pathways to freedom. Awareness allows us to see the reality of our situation, including the often unconscious drives and desires that lead us into cycles of attachment. With this clarity, we can make conscious choices that align with our deeper values and aspirations, stepping into a life of greater authenticity and integrity. The practice of mindfulness and awareness in the context of detachment is transformative. As we cultivate these qualities, we begin to loosen the grip of attachment, experiencing life with a sense of spaciousness and fluidity. We learn to let go of the need to control outcomes, to release our hold on the past and our worries about the future, finding contentment and peace in the unfolding present. This shift in perspective opens the door to a more compassionate and connected way of being, in which we recognize our shared humanity and the interconnectedness of all life. Moreover, mindfulness and awareness empower us to navigate the challenges of life with grace and resilience. By developing the capacity to be present with whatever arises, we build a foundation of inner strength that sustains us through times of difficulty and change. This steadiness of mind and heart enables us to respond to life's circumstances with wisdom and compassion rather than reacting from a place of fear or desire. The benefits of this practice are far-reaching, enhancing our relationships, our work, and our overall well-being. The practices of mindfulness and awareness are essential to the journey of cultivating detachment. They offer a path to a richer, more meaningful life, grounded in the present moment and informed by a deep understanding of the nature of attachment and freedom. Through these practices, we discover the peace that comes from living with openness, curiosity, and a heart unburdened by attachment. Letting go of control. In the intricate dance of life, where myriad paths intertwine under the vast canopy of existence, the notion of control often emerges as a dominant force, compelling us to steer our destinies with a firm hand. This urge to control, deeply ingrained in the human psyche, arises from a place of vulnerability and fear, driven by the illusion that through control, we can secure our happiness and ward off suffering. Yet, as we journey deeper into the heart of detachment, we encounter the transformative practice of letting go of control, a profound relinquishment that leads us to a place of freedom, peace, and a deeper connection with the flow of life. Letting go of control does not imply a passive resignation to fate or an abdication of responsibility. Rather, it represents a conscious choice to embrace life's inherent uncertainty, recognizing that the tight grip of control often becomes a source of tension, anxiety, and ultimately, a barrier to true freedom. This practice invites us to trust in the natural unfolding of life, to surrender to the currents that carry us, knowing that in this surrender, there is strength and wisdom to be found. The process of letting go of control begins with awareness, an honest acknowledgement of the areas in our lives where the need for control is most pronounced. Whether it's in our relationships, our careers, or our personal goals, the first step is to recognize the patterns of control that dictate our actions and attitudes. This recognition, though it may be uncomfortable, is a crucial step towards liberation, illuminating the path to a more detached, serene way of being. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to see the futility in attempting to control the uncontrollable. It is in the space of mindfulness that we can gently release our grasp on the reins of control, opening our hearts to the wisdom of impermanence and the beauty of life's imperfections. The benefits of letting go of control are manifold, touching every facet of our existence with a lightness and grace previously unimagined. In our relationships, this practice fosters a climate of trust and freedom, where love can flourish in its most authentic form, unencumbered by expectations and demands. In the realm of personal achievement, letting go of control liberates us from the shackles of outcome dependency, allowing us to engage in our pursuits with passion and dedication, while remaining open to the myriad possibilities that life offers. Furthermore, The practice of letting go of control invites a deeper connection with the natural world and the larger forces that govern our existence. As we relinquish the illusion of control, we align ourselves with the rhythms of nature, finding solace in the understanding that we are part of a greater whole, a tapestry of life woven with threads of interconnectedness and mutual dependence. This realization fosters a sense of humility and awe, deepening our appreciation for the mystery and majesty of the universe. The practice of letting go of control is a cornerstone of the path to detachment, a journey that leads us to the heart of freedom and fulfillment. It challenges us to confront our deepest fears and to embrace the uncertainty of life with courage and trust. This liberation from control marks a significant step in our spiritual evolution, a passage to a state of being where we are truly free to live, love, and flourish in harmony with the unfolding dance of life. Chapter 4: Detachment in Relationships. Balancing connection and detachment. In the intricate journey of human relationships, the act of balancing connection with detachment presents itself as a profound exploration, one that delves into the core of our interactions and the essence of our bonds. This balance is not a static equilibrium but a dynamic dance, requiring mindfulness, compassion, and the wisdom to navigate the delicate interplay between closeness and space, engagement and freedom. The pursuit of this balance challenges us to redefine our understanding of love and connection, steering us towards a form of relationship that honors both the need for intimacy and the imperative of individual autonomy. The concept of connection, deeply rooted in our human experience, speaks to our innate desire for closeness, understanding, and shared existence. It is through connection that we find meaning, joy, and a sense of belonging in the world. Yet, within the realm of connection lies the potential for attachment, where our desires for closeness can morph into chains that bind, leading to dependence, possessiveness, and the loss of individuality. Herein lies the critical need for detachment, a detachment that does not signify emotional distance or indifference, but a loving space that allows for growth, exploration, and the flourishing of individual paths. Balancing connection and detachment in relationships demands a conscious effort to cultivate a space where love is not a force that confines or possesses, but one that liberates and expands. It requires us to embrace the paradox that true closeness is fostered not by clinging tighter, but by allowing room for movement, change, and the unpredictable nature of life's journey. This balance is an act of trust, both in ourselves and in those we love, trusting that the bonds of connection are not weakened by space but are instead strengthened and deepened by the respect and freedom it entails. The practice of balancing connection with detachment begins with self-awareness, an inward journey to understand our patterns of attachment and our fears of loss or abandonment. It is through this self-exploration that we can identify the roots of our clinging tendencies and begin the work of healing and transformation. Mindfulness plays a key role in this process, enabling us to remain present in our relationships, attentive to the needs of others, and responsive to the dynamic flow of connection and detachment. Open, honest communication fosters a climate of trust and respect, where the needs for both closeness and independence are honored. It is through this dialogue that we can negotiate the delicate balance of connection and detachment, co-creating relationships that reflect our shared values and aspirations. The benefits of achieving this balance are profound, enriching our relationships with depth, resilience, and a sense of shared journey. Balanced relationships offer a sanctuary of support and freedom, where individuals are encouraged to explore their potential, celebrate their uniqueness, and return to the connection with experiences and insights that enrich the collective journey. In these relationships, love is understood as the ultimate act of giving freedom, a testament to the strength and beauty of balanced connection and detachment. The pursuit of balance between connection and detachment in relationships is a journey of constant learning and adaptation, a dance of closeness and space that nurtures the growth and flourishing of all involved. It challenges us to expand our understanding of love, to embrace the beauty of freedom within connection, and to cultivate relationships that honor the sacredness of both togetherness and individuality. This balance is not a destination but a path, a way of being in relationship that celebrates the richness of human connection in its most liberated and expansive form. Detachment from outcomes in relationships. In the realm of personal connections, where hearts intertwine and destinies often seem entangled, the concept of detachment from outcomes emerges as a beacon of clarity and liberation. This approach to relationships does not imply a lack of care or commitment, but represents a profound understanding of love's true nature. It invites individuals to engage deeply with their relationships, offering the best of themselves while releasing the grip on predetermined outcomes, recognizing that the essence of genuine connection lies in the journey, not in the destination. Detachment from outcomes in relationships is grounded in the recognition of the inherent unpredictability of life and human nature. It acknowledges that despite our deepest desires and efforts, we cannot control the feelings, choices, or actions of others. This realization, far from leading to resignation, empowers individuals to love more freely, without the heavy burden of expectation. It fosters a form of engagement that is full of presence, openness, and acceptance, enhancing the quality of interactions and deepening the bonds of connection. Practicing detachment from outcomes requires a shift in perspective, a move away from a transactional view of relationships where love and affection are given with the expectation of a specific return. Instead, it advocates for a model of unconditional giving and receiving, where the act of loving becomes its own reward. This shift not only liberates individuals from the cycle of expectation and disappointment, but also opens the space for relationships to evolve naturally, in directions that are often unexpected but ultimately fulfilling. The journey towards detachment from outcomes in relationships is marked by the cultivation of trust in the process of life, in the capacity of individuals to grow and change, and in the strength of the connection itself. It involves a deepening of faith in the idea that what is truly meant for us will come to be, not through force or manipulation, but through the natural unfolding of events. This trust is not passive, it is a dynamic and active engagement with life, grounded in the present moment and open to all possibilities. Mindfulness and presence play crucial roles in detaching from outcomes. By staying fully present in our interactions, we can appreciate the beauty of each moment, free from the shadows of past hurts or future worries. This presence allows us to listen deeply, understand profoundly, and love more authentically, enriching our relationships with the quality of our attention and the depth of our engagement. The benefits of detaching from outcomes in relationships are manifold. It relieves the pressure that expectations often place on personal connections, allowing individuals and relationships to breathe, grow, and flourish. It reduces the potential for conflict and disappointment, as interactions are no longer weighed down by unspoken demands or rigid perspectives on what should be. Most importantly, it opens the heart to the joy of loving for the sake of love itself, discovering in this unconditional engagement a source of profound satisfaction and peace. Detachment from outcomes in relationships invites us on a journey of love that is free, expansive, and deeply fulfilling. It challenges us to engage with our hearts wide open, to love without clinging to specific expectations, and to trust in the journey of connection. This approach to relationships, grounded in freedom and trust, not only enhances our personal connections but also serves as a powerful practice of spiritual and emotional growth, leading us to discover the true essence of love and connection in its most liberated form. Chapter 5: Detachment from Materialism. The illusion of possession. Embarking on an examination of the illusion of possession, we delve into a profound aspect of human experience, where the material world and the quest for ownership exert a powerful influence on our lives and well-being. This illusion, deeply ingrained in societal norms and individual psyche, suggests that happiness, security, and identity can be attained and secured through the accumulation of possessions. Yet, As we journey deeper into the understanding of detachment and its liberating principles, we confront the reality that this belief in possession is a mirage, a construct that often leads us away from true contentment and spiritual fulfillment. The illusion of possession operates on the premise that material objects, once acquired, can provide a lasting sense of happiness and fulfillment. It is rooted in the human desire for stability and control, manifesting in the relentless pursuit of more wealth, more property, more gadgets, each acquisition promising a satisfaction that remains perpetually out of reach. This cycle of accumulation becomes a chase after a horizon that recedes with every step forward, leaving individuals trapped in a loop of desire and dissatisfaction. Exploring the illusion of possession reveals its profound impact on our sense of self and our relationship with the external world. Possessions, to a large extent, become extensions of our identity, markers of status, and symbols of achievement that define our place in the social hierarchy. This identification with material objects not only distorts our understanding of self-worth, but also obscures the realization that our true essence lies beyond the physical and the material. The more we anchor our identity and happiness to possessions, the more vulnerable we become to the fluctuations of fortune, where loss or the threat of loss can lead to profound emotional turmoil. The practice of detachment offers a pathway out of the illusion of possession, inviting a re-evaluation of our relationship with material objects and the roles they play in our lives. Detachment does not advocate for asceticism or the renunciation of material wealth, but encourages a healthy perspective where possessions are seen for what they truly are, tools that can enhance our lives, but cannot define us or provide ultimate fulfillment. Embracing detachment in the context of possession means cultivating an awareness of the impermanence of material objects and the fleeting nature of the satisfaction they offer. It involves recognizing the difference between need and desire, making conscious choices about consumption, and finding joy and abundance in simplicity. This shift in perspective liberates individuals from the burden of possession, reducing the fear of loss and the anxiety associated with accumulation and safeguarding wealth. The benefits of challenging the illusion of possession and embracing detachment are profound and far-reaching. It leads to a decluttering of not just our physical spaces, but our mental and emotional landscapes as well, creating room for more meaningful experiences, relationships, and pursuits. It fosters a sense of gratitude for what we have, promotes environmental stewardship through mindful consumption, and redirects our quest for happiness towards inner development and spiritual growth. Confronting the illusion of possession and cultivating detachment in our relationship with material objects opens the door to a life of greater freedom, peace, and genuine fulfillment. It shifts our focus from external acquisitions to internal qualities, from having to being, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of what it means to live a rich and meaningful life. This journey challenges us to redefine our values and priorities, leading us to discover the true treasures that lie within and the joy of sharing them with the world. Living with less. In an era where the acquisition of material goods and the pursuit of wealth have become synonymous with success and happiness, the concept of living with less emerges as a revolutionary counter-narrative. This philosophy does not merely advocate for a reduction in possessions or a minimalist lifestyle for its own sake, but calls for a profound reassessment of our values, desires, and the very essence of fulfillment. Living with less is an embodiment of detachment, a practice that frees us from the illusion of possession and opens our eyes to the abundance of life that flourishes beyond the confines of material accumulation. The journey towards living with less begins with an understanding that true contentment and well-being are not predicated on the quantity of our possessions, but on the quality of our relationships, experiences, and inner life. It challenges the prevailing notion that more is better, revealing that the relentless pursuit of material goods often leads to a cluttered existence, both physically and psychologically. This clutter not only occupies our living spaces, but also our minds, diverting attention and energy away from the pursuits that genuinely nourish the soul. The essence of living with less lies in the intentional choice to prioritize what truly matters: deep connections with loved ones, engagements in meaningful work, and the cultivation of inner peace and resilience. It's about creating space for growth, creativity, and the spontaneous joy of being, unburdened by the weight of unnecessary possessions. This approach does not require a stark or austere lifestyle, but advocates for mindfulness in consumption, encouraging individuals to discern between need and desire, utility and excess. Embracing a life of less fosters a multitude of benefits that extend beyond personal well-being to the collective good. It promotes environmental sustainability by reducing consumption and waste, contributing to the preservation of natural resources and the health of our planet. It encourages economic justice, as the conscious choice to consume less redirects resources and wealth more equitably across communities. Living with less also cultivates a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the simple pleasures of life, enhancing our capacity for happiness and fulfillment independent of material success. The practice of living with less is deeply transformative, requiring courage to counter societal pressures and the discipline to maintain mindfulness in consumption. It involves a continuous process of letting go, not only of physical items but of the fears and insecurities that drive accumulation. This process of decluttering, both external and internal, is liberating, creating room for new experiences, relationships, and a deeper engagement with life's true treasures. Living with less is a profound expression of detachment, offering a path to freedom from the illusion of possession and the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. It invites us on a journey of rediscovery, where the essence of a rich and meaningful life is found not in what we own, but in who we are and how we connect with the world around us. By embracing the principles of living with less, we open ourselves to a world of abundance, marked by a wealth of experiences, relationships, and a deep sense of fulfillment that transcends material accumulation. Chapter 6: Overcoming Obstacles to Detachment. Addressing emotional resistance. In the intricate process of cultivating detachment and embracing a life of deeper meaning and fulfillment, individuals often encounter emotional resistance, a formidable barrier that arises from the depths of our psyche. This resistance is a natural response to change, rooted in fear, uncertainty, and the comfort of familiar patterns, even when those patterns no longer serve our highest good. Addressing emotional resistance is a critical step on the path to detachment, requiring introspection, compassion, and resilience. It is a journey through the shadows of our inner world, where the light of awareness transforms resistance into a catalyst for growth and liberation. Emotional resistance manifests in various forms, from subtle procrastination and rationalization to overt denial and self-sabotage. It is the inner voice that urges us to maintain the status quo, to cling to outdated identities and possessions, and to retreat from the challenges of growth. This resistance is often rooted in fear, fear of loss, fear of the unknown, and fear of facing the deeper truths of our existence. It is a protective mechanism, a way to shield ourselves from the discomfort of change and the emotional upheaval that often accompanies the process of letting go. Addressing emotional resistance begins with recognition, the first step towards transformation. By acknowledging the presence of resistance and the fears that fuel it, we open the door to understanding and compassion. This process of recognition is not about judgment or suppression, but about observing our emotions with curiosity and kindness. It involves asking ourselves why we resist, what we are holding on to, and what we fear to lose. This inquiry, grounded in mindfulness and self-compassion, creates a space for healing and insight, allowing us to see beyond the immediate discomfort to the broader horizon of our personal growth. The journey through emotional resistance is facilitated by various practices and strategies that support self-awareness, emotional regulation, and the gradual release of attachment. Mindfulness meditation, journaling, and reflective practices are powerful tools that help us stay present with our emotions, observing them without getting caught in their narrative. These practices cultivate a sense of spaciousness around our emotions, enabling us to respond to them with wisdom rather than react out of habit. Another critical aspect of addressing emotional resistance is the cultivation of a support system, a community of friends, family, or mentors who provide understanding, encouragement, and perspective. This support is invaluable, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and that resistance is a universal experience on the path to growth. Additionally, seeking the guidance of a therapist or counselor can provide professional support in navigating the deeper layers of resistance and the emotional challenges that arise. The process of addressing emotional resistance is inherently transformative, leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our patterns of attachment. It challenges us to confront our fears, to embrace vulnerability, and to step into the unknown with courage and openness. This journey, though fraught with challenges, is ultimately rewarding, leading to a sense of liberation, inner peace, and a deeper engagement with life. Addressing emotional resistance is a crucial step in the journey towards detachment and a more fulfilling life. It requires patience, compassion, and the willingness to face the discomfort of growth. By navigating through the layers of resistance, we uncover a path to freedom, where letting go becomes an act of strength, and change is embraced as an opportunity for transformation and renewal. This journey enriches our lives, deepening our connections with ourselves and the world around us, and opening the door to a realm of possibilities where true contentment and peace reside. Persistence and patience in practice. Embarking on the transformative journey toward detachment and a deeper understanding of oneself, persistence and patience emerge as indispensable companions. These virtues, often overlooked in a world that prizes instant results and rapid transformation, hold the key to genuine, lasting change. The path to detachment, marked by the cultivation of mindfulness, the practice of letting go, and the navigation through emotional resistance, demands a commitment that is both unwavering and gentle. It is a journey that unfolds in its own time, revealing its insights and gifts to those who tread with determination and grace. Persistence in the practice of detachment is the steady force that propels us forward, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. It is the resolve to continue our efforts, to return to our practices, and to reaffirm our commitment to growth, despite the inevitable fluctuations of motivation and the distractions of daily life. This steadfastness is not born of rigidity but of a deep understanding of the value of the journey and the transformative potential that lies within the discipline of practice. Persistence is fueled by a vision of freedom and fulfillment that detachment promises, a vision that guides us through the moments of doubt and discouragement. Patience, on the other hand, is the gentle acceptance of the process and its pace. It is an acknowledgement of the complexity of human emotions and attachments and the time it takes to untangle them. Patience allows us to be kind to ourselves, to recognize the small victories and the gradual shifts in perspective that mark our progress. It is the quality that enables us to sit with discomfort, to witness our resistance without judgment, and to embrace the unfolding of our journey with compassion and understanding. Patience reminds us that growth is a non-linear process, filled with ebbs and flows, and that true transformation cannot be rushed. The cultivation of persistence and patience is supported by practices that ground us in the present moment and connect us with our deeper intentions. Mindfulness meditation, reflective journaling, and engaging in supportive communities are just a few of the practices that can reinforce our resolve and nurture our capacity for patience. These practices provide a foundation of stability and insight, helping us to navigate the challenges of the path with a sense of clarity and calm. Moreover, the journey of detachment, guided by persistence and patience, is one that profoundly impacts our relationships, our work, and our approach to life. As we learn to let go of our attachments and to embrace life with openness and flexibility, we discover a wellspring of peace and joy within. This inner transformation reflects in our outer world, leading to more authentic connections, a deeper sense of purpose, and a heightened appreciation for the beauty and richness of life. Persistence and patience are not merely virtues to be admired but essential qualities to be cultivated on the path to detachment and personal transformation. They are the companions that guide us through the complexities of the journey, offering support and wisdom as we navigate the terrain of our inner landscape. Through persistence, we maintain our course, driven by the vision of what is possible, and through patience, we allow the journey to unfold, revealing the depth and beauty of the process. Together, they ensure our journey is not only successful but deeply enriching, leading us to a place of greater freedom, understanding, and fulfillment. Chapter 7: The Spiritual Journey of Detachment. Detachment as a spiritual practice. Embarking on the exploration of detachment as a spiritual practice transports us into the realm of profound self-discovery and transformation. In this sacred space, detachment is not merely a concept or a strategy for navigating the material world, but a profound pathway to spiritual awakening and enlightenment. This spiritual practice transcends the mundane, inviting individuals to release their grip on the transient and to embrace the eternal, the unchanging essence that resides within and all around us. Detachment, in this context, becomes a bridge to the divine, a means through which we connect with the deeper realities of existence and the universal truths that guide our journey through life. The spiritual dimensions of detachment challenge us to look beyond the surface of our desires, fears, and attachments, urging us to question the source of our longing and the nature of our true self. It invites us to peel away the layers of ego and identity that have accumulated over a lifetime, revealing the luminous core of our being. This process of uncovering and letting go is at the heart of spiritual detachment, a journey that leads us away from the illusions of the ego and towards the light of awareness and understanding. Detachment as a spiritual practice is deeply rooted in various religious and philosophical traditions, where it is often regarded as a virtue of the highest order. From the ascetic renunciation in Hinduism and Buddhism to the practice of non-attachment in Taoism and the surrender to divine will in mystical branches of Islam and Christianity, the principle of detachment is a golden thread that weaves through the tapestry of spiritual teachings. In each tradition, detachment is seen as a pathway to liberation, a means of transcending the limitations of the physical world and experiencing the boundless freedom of the spirit. The practice of spiritual detachment involves a radical shift in perspective, a turning inward that illuminates the impermanent nature of the external world and the enduring presence of the sacred within. It requires a cultivation of inner silence, a space of stillness where the whispers of the divine can be heard above the clamor of worldly desires. Through meditation, prayer, and contemplative practices, individuals can nurture this connection to the divine, fostering a sense of peace, contentment, and unity with all existence. The benefits of detachment as a spiritual practice are profound and far-reaching. It frees individuals from the shackles of desire and fear, allowing them to live with a sense of grace and ease, regardless of external circumstances. It opens the heart to unconditional love and compassion, dissolving the barriers that separate us from others and from the divine. Most importantly, it leads to a state of spiritual awakening, where the illusory distinctions between self and other, human and divine, are transcended, revealing the interconnectedness and oneness of all life. Detachment as a spiritual practice offers a transformative path to enlightenment and liberation. It invites us on a journey of letting go, of releasing our attachments to the ephemeral and embracing the eternal. Through this practice, we can discover the peace and joy that arise from living in harmony with the deeper truths of existence, forging a connection with the divine that guides us towards a life of purpose, fulfillment, and spiritual awakening. This journey of detachment is not an escape from the world, but a deeper engagement with it, from a place of understanding, love, and freedom. The ultimate liberation. In the pursuit of spiritual growth and understanding, the concept of ultimate liberation stands as a beacon, illuminating the path toward the highest form of detachment. This profound state of freedom is not merely an escape from the mundane aspects of life, but a transcendental realization of one's true nature and the interconnectedness of all existence. The journey toward this liberation is both an inward voyage of discovery and a universal quest that echoes across spiritual traditions, each offering unique insights into the nature of liberation and the means to attain it. The essence of ultimate liberation lies in the release from the cycle of desire and suffering, a state where the illusions of the ego dissolve into the expansive truth of the self. In this liberated state, the individual transcends the limitations of the physical world, including the bonds of time, space, and causality, awakening to the eternal presence that underlies all forms and phenomena. This awakening reveals the unity of existence, where the distinctions between self and other, subject and object, are recognized as constructs of the mind, giving way to a profound experience of oneness with the cosmos. Spiritual traditions articulate the path to ultimate liberation in various ways, yet common themes of detachment, mindfulness, compassion, and self-inquiry pervade. In Buddhism, liberation is achieved through the realization of emptiness and the cessation of clinging to the transient. Hinduism speaks of moksha, a release from the cycle of rebirth through the knowledge of the self's unity with Brahman, the ultimate reality. In the mystical branches of Christianity and Islam, liberation is found in the surrender to divine will and the loving communion with the divine essence. The attainment of ultimate liberation requires a deep and sustained commitment to spiritual practice, encompassing meditation, ethical living, and the cultivation of virtues such as humility, patience, and love. These practices serve to purify the mind and heart, preparing the individual for the transformative realization of their true nature. It is a process of unfolding, where each step on the path both arises from and leads to a deeper understanding of the self and the divine. The benefits of pursuing ultimate liberation are immeasurable, extending beyond personal peace and happiness to influence the collective consciousness. Individuals who have realized this state of freedom often become beacons of light and love, inspiring and guiding others on their spiritual journeys. The liberation of one soul contributes to the elevation of all, fostering a world imbued with compassion, harmony, and profound respect for the sanctity of life. The pursuit of ultimate liberation is the culmination of the spiritual journey, a quest for the highest form of detachment and understanding. It is a path marked by the dissolution of the ego, the realization of the self's true nature, and the experience of unity with the cosmos. This liberation is not an end, but a beginning, opening the door to a life of deep purpose, boundless love, and unwavering peace. It is the ultimate expression of freedom, a state of being that transcends the limitations of the physical world and offers a glimpse into the infinite potential of the human spirit. As we draw this exploration to a close, we reflect on the profound journey through the landscapes of detachment, a journey that has woven through the intricate realms of human experience, spirituality, and the quest for deeper understanding and freedom. From the initial steps of recognizing the nature of attachment and its impact on our well-being, to the profound spiritual insights offered by practices of mindfulness, letting go, and the pursuit of ultimate liberation, this journey has illuminated the path to a life of greater fulfillment, peace, and enlightenment. Throughout this exploration, we have encountered the multifaceted aspects of detachment, seeing it not as a state of disengagement or indifference, but as a dynamic practice of engagement with the world from a place of inner freedom and wisdom. We have discovered that the essence of detachment lies in the ability to love more freely, to live more fully, and to embrace the impermanent nature of life with grace and equanimity. By cultivating detachment, we open ourselves to the richness of the present moment, finding joy and contentment not in the external trappings of success and possession, but in the simple beauty of being. The journey of detachment has also revealed the importance of persistence and patience, qualities that sustain us as we navigate the challenges and resistances that arise on the path to freedom. These virtues remind us that the process of letting go, of transforming our relationship with ourselves and the world, is a journey that unfolds over time, revealing its gifts to those who tread with an open heart and a willing spirit. In the realm of spirituality, detachment emerges as a powerful practice for achieving ultimate liberation, offering a pathway to transcend the limitations of the ego and to awaken to the interconnectedness of all existence. This realization of oneness, of the unity of the self with the divine, stands as the pinnacle of spiritual attainment, a state of being that radiates love, peace, and compassion to all beings. The exploration of detachment has been a journey of profound transformation, a call to awaken to the deeper realities of life and to embrace the freedom that comes from letting go. It is a path that invites us to live with greater authenticity, to love without attachment, and to find peace and fulfillment within ourselves. As we move forward, may we carry the insights and practices of detachment into our daily lives, enriching our experiences, deepening our connections, and contributing to a world of greater understanding, harmony, and joy. This journey does not end here, but continues to unfold with each moment, each breath, inviting us to live more fully, to love more deeply, and to be a beacon of light and freedom in the world.